What's up, man?
Yeah, before we start doing sub-clear questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's exactly is meant by the Trinity? What specific model do you use? Maybe we can get further into the specifics of that.
I hold to the monarchical model of the Trinity.
Okay, what exactly is being said there?
That the Father is the fountainhead, and the Son and Spirit both come forth from him.
Okay, and what does it mean to come forth from them? Because presumably you don't want to say that that's a spatial relation.
No, it means to eternally receive essence from.
What does it mean to receive?
It means to where you gain something from, or getting something.
But I'm unclear because that seems like it's a spatial relation, right? But you don't want to say that God is spatial, right? Like if we say we're getting something from someone, right? You're not like that's typically understood in terms of like being spatially extended.
Yeah, I told you it's not about space. I think it's eternal relation between him and the Father.
Yeah, but I'm at a very specific point where I'm trying to understand what type of relation this is, right? Presumably it's not a causal relation because God
personal relation.
can't cause. Presumably it's not a causal relation because God can't cause himself, right? That's it. That's typically a
hypostatic relation.
Okay, what does that mean? Hypostatic relations obviously are going to be relations relating to the hypostases. I'm aware of that, right? But I'm just asking about where this ontology is received, right? Because you said they receive the essence, and if we take existence to be the type of first order property, then you are saying that the existence there is received. So I'm just unclear on what it even means to receive this type of thing. But even further than that, like I don't really need to kind of question this too much. We can just talk about the logical talk.
Sure, man.
Yeah, so when you say it's logical, that's just to say that it's satisfiable in at least one model relative to a given set of axioms they were taking. Presumably you're going to be taking classical logic.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let me think. Actually, I do think I have a defeater for this. So it seems like we have reasons to reject classical logic insofar as at least the axioms themselves, because law of identity doesn't hold up, law of excluded middle presumably also doesn't hold up, and I think we should.
Why does law of excluded middle not hold up?
Yeah, because I think there are indeterminate truth values. We can talk about that.
Like what?
I hope it's called intuitionistic logic. Yeah, so presumably you've heard of like the type of a sand hypothetical where you want to ask, well, how many grains of sand make a heap? It seems like you can give an answer, but it seems like the answer would be indeterminate in this sense because you're appealing to the type of cluster concept view.
How does that? Okay, so what would be the actual like proposition given in like the law of excluded middle that then wouldn't be true here, or wouldn't hold up?
You can say like 1,000 grains of sand make a heap. That can be indeterminate. But again, this depends on your.
Okay, so what's the issue with saying 1,000 grains of sand makes a heap?
Yeah, because that's not true in all instances.
Says who?
Right? Yeah, because we appeal to the understanding of heap as this type of cluster concept where.
If it wouldn't be true, then it has nothing to do with the law of excluded middle. It would just mean that the first proposition isn't true.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be true. It can be indeterminate. Right? There's
okay, so then that doesn't break the law of excluded middle. It just means the proposition is false.
It does. No, because that's only given you except by valence, and by valence just says that for any proposition P, it's either going to be true or false. Right? If we reject this and go for the type of account where there's an indeterminate truth value, it's not going to be true or false. It's just going to be indeterminate, and then law of identity just fails, right? Because there's a third truth value.
Okay, my entire point is though you're gonna have to first of all you're gonna have to prove that 1,000 grains of sand doesn't equal a heap, and number two you're gonna also have to prove that this proposition itself, that the negation of it and is going to be false too. It would have to, like, necessarily you'd have to prove that.
Not necessarily, because the claim 1,000 grains of sand make a heap, we're not saying that it doesn't, but we're saying that when we try to evaluate the truth value of that, again, this is why we appeal to intuitionistic logic, right? Because the point of assigning alethic properties is to account for the intuitively inscrutable nature of our epistemics. But you are losing because you haven't actually rendered a proper critique.
Wow, are you like getting tutored in the comments right now or something? This is weird.
No. You're saying that we have to,
Are you like? Why are you just like? Are you being tutored in the comments?
No, but to be clear, you're kind of.
Someone in the comments told you inform him on why he's losing, and immediately you say, "And you're losing." Are you really being tutored right now while you're debating me?
What I need you to do is actually engage with the substance right now. You're trying to.
I'm just trying to figure out. You're really being tutored right now in the comments. This is crazy.
You think you're being optically appealing, but you haven't engaged with the argument in favor of the
I'm just
proposition.
trying to figure out why you're being tutored in the comments. This is crazy.
The law of identity fails, and the law of excluded middle fails.
You haven't proved to me why 1,000 grains of sand can't equal a heap, dude.
I didn't say it can't, right? Because
okay, so is it possible that a statement is true that 1,000 grains of sand equal a heap?
I don't hold to the modal auxiliaries there.
Can it be possible or not? Can it be true? Can the statement be true?
I don't hold to the modal auxiliaries when you say can. I'm a modal limitativist insofar as I think that the possibility talk, I take a Chris Mortensen account where the possibility talk isn't going to be the type of thing which obtains, obviously. And so you asked me,
so you don't think that things can or can't be true?
Yeah, I don't take the modal auxiliaries point. I'm a modal limitativist.
Okay, so you don't think, like, for example, you don't think like you could walk to the store right now?
No, I don't take the modal auxiliaries. Right, but that's different than what ontically occurs.
Can you have a conversation with me right now?
I don't take the modal auxiliaries, but that's different than what ontically occurs. We are having a conversation. Right, but that's
you don't take the model that you could stop having a conversation with me.
The modal auxiliaries, not model, right? Modal terms.
So you don't take it to be true that it's possible that you can stop having a conversation with me.
Yeah, I don't take it to be true that it's possible. Right?
Why not?
Yeah, because I'm a modal limitativist, which I've kind of explained the thesis. Modal limitativism just wants to say that when we embed terms like can, possibility, necessity, these are all modal auxiliaries. Modal limitativism just says that these type of things are conceptual in error, and we can combine this with conceptual error theory. And the point there is, because I take a kind of more contemporary view on logic. I'm a logical nihilist.
You're a logical nihilist?
Yeah.
So you don't think that logic actually exists?
Well, I don't think logic exists, but even if logic doesn't exist, you can hold to logic. So that's not even...
Wait, so you can hold to something that don't exist?
Yeah, you can hold to it as a conceptual tool. You can say that it has no independent ontic state. But I don't do that either, right? I think it has no state at all.
Okay, so you don't hold to logic at all?
No.
So you're not trying to prove to me right now that Trinity is illogical?
It can be illogical in the sense that it's not logical.
But logic doesn't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
So how the fuck are you going to say it's illogical if logic doesn't exist?
Because what it means to be illogical is just that it's not logical. And if logic doesn't exist in this type of sense, then it's necessarily not logical. Right?
Okay, but it's not illogical either, right?
It is illogical.
It's illogical if the logic doesn't exist.
What it means to be illogical is just that it's not logical. Correctly?
That's not what... Wait, what was the definition you first gave for something not being logical?
Yeah, this is the definition.
No, you said when you first came in, for something to be logical, it would mean that it has at least one model, right? It has at least one model that would be
what it means to be logical. Yeah, what it means to be logical is that
okay, but wait, so you switched it up. So at first you said to be logical means this, but now you're saying logic doesn't exist. Which one is it? Just curious.
Wait, so to be very clear, right? I didn't switch anything up, right? That's a false charge, and the reason why that's a false charge is just because, in giving the definition of logical, I didn't embed ontically committing facts, right? So I can say that logic doesn't exist and talk about these type of things either counterfactually, one, or I can talk about them in a way where there's like this type of hypothetical Korean function.
Yes, I'm asking, which way are you doing? Are you saying that something is logical if it has a model that fits, or nothing is logical?
Those two statements can both be true.
So something can be logical and not logical?
No, the conditional you gave can be true, right? It's logical if it has a model that fits, and then the second claim can also be true where nothing is logical.
So it can be logical. So it can be logical if it has a model, but then it also be illogical?
What are you talking about? I didn't say anything is logical.
I'm saying can it be logical if it fits a model, but also illogical, or also logic doesn't exist?
Can it? Yes. The conditional can be true, yeah.
Bro, we're talking to idiots, bro. This man said it can be logical, but logic can also not exist, bro. Bro, we talking to idiots on here. Like, we literally are talking to idiots on here. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's all we do every day is talk to slow folks. This man said it can be logical, but logic can also not exist. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Pick a side, please, bruh. This is what happens when you, bruh, touch grass. This is what happens when you spend all your day on Discord learning bunk philosophy. This is embarrassing. But that was embarrassing. Someone in the comments said, tell him he's losing. He said, oh, and by the way, you're actually losing. Bro, grown man taking tutorship from the comments, bro. Christianity $5 super chat. I think these people are just demon Satan sense of troll and waste time. You stay winning though. W. It's facts. Christianity W math. It's wicked out here, man. Actually, the comments told me to tell you that you're losing. You got blitzed, Nick. Yo, Kylo just as cringy. He in the chat. Blitz him, bro. Bring him to the attic. Blitz him, bro. Bro, these people gotta touch grass, bro. Please, bro, please. Please touch grass. Like, do anything with your life, bro. Go outside. It's summertime. Please go outside. I bet. Go outside, bro. Go for a walk. Do anything. Wallahi, you're getting posted. Bro, post me on your account that gets no views. I don't care. Please, post me on your account that gets no views, bro. I don't care. Post me on your YouTube that gets no views. I don't care.